If you're like me, man, the first time that I saw one of these, I was completely frightened. And then as I learned it, I realized that there really is no reason to be concerned about it, as long as you understand that each of these buttons and knobs and sliders have a very specific function, and they're laid out for humans so that humans can actually work with it. Learning to use it requires some really basic knowledge, which I'm going to share with you right now.
Believe it or not, this is a mixer.
This also is a mixing control. This is a mixer. This is a mixer. This is a mixer.
It controls how much light is in the room, what light is in the room, whether the ceiling fan is on, whether
it controls how fast the washer moves. It controls how hot the temperature of the water is, how much water. This also is a mixer. It controls bass. Oh yeah. It can't have enough bass. Digital elements of amateur recordings, such as the volume of instruments, turning instruments on and off. This also is a mixer. It controls the amount of food that goes into my yard. Good girl. This is a mixing console. This also is a mixing console. And even this is a mixing console. This mixing console controls lighting. This mixing console controls video. This mixing console controls audio. There's really no reason to be intimidated by a mixing console. They basically all do the same types of features. They control some element of the environment. In this case, now we're looking at control of the EQ, which is, if you know how to operate a stereo, you've got bass and you've got treble, but you also have what we call mid and high mid and low mid. So we just divide up the frequencies into more manageable ranges than just simply bass or treble. Now this may look intimidating at first, but the real easy way to understand a mixing console for the first time is to look at an individual channel. In this case, the channel is one stripe here. This channel is number 16, and channel number 16 has a slider on it, which is going to control something like volume or lighting or video or something. And then you'll notice that there are buttons. Obviously the buttons are going to be used to turn something on or off, such as sounds or video. They also are used for things like what we call cueing and selecting different parameters. You also notice that there's a meter here, and meters are used to show what level your signals are. Basically, it's just several channels that look exactly the same. Let's take a look at the mixer on the MV. Notice the sliders across the bottom. They control the volume of each of the instruments. Across the top, you can see we've got mute controls. I've got a few instruments that are turned off. I'm going to turn on the bass now. And next I'm going to use my slider number 4 to control the volume of my piano, which you can't hear yet. See it sliding up? Alright, now let's take a look at EQ. I'm going to turn the trumpet back on. You can see that the trumpet's got some different things going on. This is the high range. I've got that turned down to -6. This is a mid-range. I've got it turned down to -15. And this is a low range, which is basically your bass frequencies. I've got that turned down around 8, -8. And just so you can hear what that sounds like, I'm going to change that. Listen to the trumpet.
it to sound like a muted trumpet, so I took out some of the mid-range. Note that the sliders still work. They're going to be applied to the instrument that you just used.
There's always lots to learn whenever you encounter a new mixing console, but the basics are always the same. They control something. They turn something on, they turn something off, they control the level of something. That's really the basic. Well, that's it for today. I hope that you found this tutorial useful. You shouldn't be afraid of mixing consoles. It should be pretty easy for you to start to pick up and learn. You don't have to start out with a monster mixing console like this. You can use a very basic mixing console and still achieve some pretty good results. The bottom line is, don't be afraid of it. My name is Kenneth. I appreciate you watching, and many blessings to you.